Mic check, mic check. Mic check, mic check. Mic check, mic check. Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to the grand opening of the, I guess, sister bar to the Coin Hunt World Bar and Chill. This is Raynstorm Uncensored, live for the first time. I'll probably get kicked off YouTube. We'll see what happens. But we're just gonna discuss randomness here. That's what we're gonna do. It's gonna be a we'll see what happens. I said uncensored, meaning I'll be unfiltered and unrestricted, and possibly offend one or two people, but we will see what happens. I mean everything in fun. Nothing I do in this stream in any way, shape, or form should be associated with anybody other than me and my bar. So, if you have any issues with something I may have said or whatever, don't blow me up in the chat room. Let everybody else have fun and hit me on the oddball. But let's see what happens tonight, and we'll see where everything goes. I have about a 10-second delay between the my stream on my window and the stream you guys are seeing, so don't think I'm ignoring you. If I miss something, I'm going to try to keep up with the chat, but I have a feeling this could be more eventful than the normal. So let's see what happens. I got a drink of the night for tonight, and it's not related to anything. It's just a drink. It's so much easier that way. Those of you that watch my other stream know what I'm talking about. And I still got 30 seconds here before I start, so let's get this party started right. You know what I mean? For rizzle my shizzle nizzle. Alright. We got Snoop Dogg in the house. You know what I mean? No, I'm just kidding. He ain't really here. That would be cool as hell, though, wouldn't it? And Snoop Dogg on my first live stream of the. All right, it says let's chill, let's chill. All right, we ain't chilling. We're thrilling. We got a few topics we're gonna go over tonight. I guess I don't really need the list to be right there, so I will go ahead and I guess that's what screen I ended up with. Huh. Yeah. All right. Cool. Anywho, all right. Those are just the random topics I'm going over. This is a bring your own drink bar because, well, if I could throw you a drink from here, that would be absolutely amazing. But it doesn't quite work like that. For some reason, I lost my side stream there. What's going on? There it is. There it is. All right. Hold on. Let me fix that real quick. Let's see. Did it do it? There it is. All right. You don't see me moving. Okay. All right. Anyway, this is the Raynstorm Bar and Chill. Some of you might recognize it from the other stream. I didn't change much because, well, it'd be a lot of work to make it look like two different bars now, wouldn't it? That could be fun, but I don't think I'm up for that particular task. What did I do with that? I had that open somewhere. Events, there it is. No, I didn't even post it in my own events. Wow, I was not doing fantastic tonight, was I? Oh, that didn't work last time. That's right. Anywho, I know my topics. I am Raynstorm. You can call me Ryan. You can call me pretty much anything you want except late for lunch. I do like me a good lunch. If anybody ever wants to bring me Taco Bell, I could smash that shit. They didn't pay me to say that. I just kind of like Taco Bell. It doesn't show. I got a good figure, but we'll get into that later. No, I'm not gonna be doing any stripping. Don't get excited. Let's see. The stream here is kind of like a spin-off of my other stream. I just kind of wanted to broaden the community with the availability of my bar. So if you got friends or family you think they might enjoy the stream, go ahead and invite them in. Give them the link, whatever, however that works. I got a few things I've randomly found for the stream that I thought really kind of described me. So we're going to go over some of those. I'm going to do random shit ever so often. We'll see what happens in the next hour and a half that I do my stream. What do I get from Taco Bell? Usually whatever's in that $5 box. Those things are smashing. I could eat like 2 of those on a good day after maybe a couple of bowls of good American ganja. That would probably be my go-to, is that $5 box, because you get a lot of food for $5 in that box. But when they have that naked chicken chalupa, those things were on point. Round 1. Round 2, not so much. I'm going to do a slight adjustment to my camera, though. It's kind of... Felt like I was going to hit my head on the ceiling and shit. That was close. I don't know if anybody noticed, I got some good lighting going on right now. Added me... Oh, them Cinetwists, though. Yeah. I ain't gonna lie. When I worked at Taco Bell, I might have lost them a little bit of money on their cinnamon twist inventory, because I'd go in high as hell and just smash on some of them. I used to eat a lot back in the day. Now I just eat when I feel like it. Let's see. There is a Discord for this bar and chill, separate from the Coin Hunt World Bar and Chill. It's similar, about the same build, because I used the template from the Bar and Chill, but this one was a lot easier to make a little bit. I accidentally erased everything I had going on for the Coin Hunt World Bar and Chill when I made this bar and chill. So now I got to spend all day tomorrow so I can still do a stream on Monday for that one. But we're gonna make that happen, Captain. I do have a drink of the night. We're gonna display that here in a little bit. I also still have the call-in feature with the new Discord server. I don't know how good you can see it, but there is a QR code down there in the bottom of that little Raynstorm over there. That QR code should take you to the Discord. If anybody wants to call in, that feature is available for this stream as well. If you like the content and you want to know more about when the next show is, like and subscribe. That was in one of those there templates too. I just stole it. Let's see. Let's have some laughs and hang together. And let's make this the best virtual bar in the internet. As I said earlier, it is a BYOD, bring your own drink bar, because last time I tried to pass somebody a drink, I almost spilt it on my keyboard, and it didn't go through the camera at all. So we can't be passing drinks, but I do have the occasional drink of the night that will usually either be a thumbs up or thumbs down. Mostly thumbs up. I make some flavorful drinks. I got good taste, I think. I like the way the set's looking. I still got to get my surfboards screwed in up here because I got this one's just a junk one that somebody had cut out of a piece of plywood, but it looks cool. And this one here is my favorite little bodyboard, but I got those. If anybody remembers my earlier streams, I had them in front of the bar, but when I lowered my bar, they didn't quite sit right, so now I got to kind of turn them and mount them a little bit differently. So they will get reincorporated back into the bar. But anywho, I was sitting there thinking earlier, and I was like, what could I really talk about in my stream? And I got the bright idea that one of the things that most people know about me is I am very friggin' prepared for the zombie apocalypse. I don't have a lot of guns and ammo because, well, I occasionally have an annoying neighbor, so I kind of try to keep away from those. But also, guns and bullets run out when you're fucking with zombies. So you got to watch the zombies for one, because I have a feeling we're gonna get like, I don't know how many people watch The Walking Dead. I've been playing some VR Walking Dead. I might incorporate that into the stream on some of these, but I've been smashing on that Sinners and Saints. I'm getting pretty good at throwing them knives in the VR. And I don't know if too many of you guys have played the VR games on the PlayStation 4, but the Sinners and Saints game is the first zombie game that you have been able to randomly pick stuff up off the ground and just really mess up a zombie. You can kill a zombie with a spoon, man. Just jam it right in the ear and twist it around a little bit. Absolutely surprising. I mean, fair enough. You're right. As far as Coin Hunt World is concerned, I really hoped we would get a zombie QB for Halloween, but if you think about it, Frankenstein is a zombie. So that was a pretty cool, like, I guess, trade-off. I mean, Frankenstein's a bad mup. Big, strong, tearing shit up, stupid as hell, and 2 bolts out of his neck. But I found this picture on YouTube. Not YouTube, Google. I was Googling around looking for zombie-related material. And I come across this map. And I'm not gonna lie, I was a little mad about this map. This map suggests that California has a higher chance than Indiana and Michigan in survival. Now, I don't know how many of you have watched any, and I mean any, of the zombie movies ever. California don't make it. You've seen what they do during some of them earthquakes, and they've been around them whole lives. They ain't gonna make it. They're gonna trample each other. They're gonna eat each other. I'm staying the hell out of California come Z-Day. But it's giving Indiana and Michigan like this bad number, and I don't really agree with it. It says that purple is the most likely, and red is the least likely to survive. I think they're right about Florida. I'm pretty sure that's why they did Walking Dead in Georgia, because Florida is like the retirement capital of the world. Z-Day, they're fucked. They're gonna come up into Georgia and kind of span out from there. But California, Nevada, Washington, Oregon might be all right. They got the mountains and stuff kind of in a bowl shape once it gets up there a little bit. Like you get up around Seattle, that might be a good safe place as long as you stay out of the city. But it's cold up there, so they might move slower. But California, that's the important one to think about. During Z-Day, you're not going to be able to tell the difference between the drugged outs and the zombies. Now, we've gotten pretty good here in Michigan and Indiana. We can identify the differences, because I think we've had both here. Weird shit comes out of Ohio. Ohio is don't get me wrong, I've been to a few places in Ohio, and I like Ohio. I don't think they stand a lot of chance as far as zombie apocalypse goes. The only ones that are going to survive are the ones that get out of Ohio, because Ohio's got a bunch of like fairly decent sized populations spread out like this, and there's not a whole lot of like little towns that are in between. So I mean, it's just hops and skips over there. It's gonna go crazy there. New York's done. I don't care what zombie apocalypse you go to. New York is done. So that's the basis of all that. I don't think any of those are gonna any of those major states are gonna make it. I think this map is very incorrect. But I like zombies, so that's just kind of why I did the zombie thing. Wow. There it is. Okay. But anywho, take that off the screen. Let's see. What else could we talk about? We could talk about pretty much anything. Anybody want to throw me a topic? I got all night and nothing better to do. Drink of the night. Okay, I finally made it to Twitch. I was watching on YouTube because I thought that's where you were streaming, but realized no one was chatting there, so I came over here. Army of the Dead wasn't bad. Army of Darkness was a pretty good one. I don't know how many Bruce Campbell fans we got out there. I liked Army of Darkness and stuff. That Bruce Campbell's just got that personality that was perfect for that role. Anyway, I pulled out the drink of the night. I didn't feel like mixing tonight, but I still wanted to drink something with like a vodka in it. So I went ahead and grabbed one of these, and it doesn't have vodka in it, so I was kind of pissed about that. I should have read the label. But it's a Smirnoff Ice screwdriver, like pint, and then 8 fluid ounces. So I don't know how good it's going to be. It's not a very high, hey, what's up? Not a very high alcohol content on this tonight. But that drink last night with the Fireball, whew, I'll tell you what. But Oh, I hadn't finished my last drink. But these drinks are nice for when you still want to have a little bit of a drink, but you don't want to get drunk because it's really hard to do a stream when you're like, and I promised I wouldn't do that. I'm a responsible bartender. I only drink a little bit of a lot. All in all, though, flavor-wise, these aren't too bad. It's kind of like a watered-down orange juice, yeah. So that's about what it should taste like, but not as strong as I usually like these. But I'll sip on this for a little while and then maybe do a Jaeger shot. A couple people might have noticed a new little board I got sitting over here. There's a little red box here. This is the new addition to my bar and chill. Let me switch cameras here real quick, and I'll show you what I'm working with. I don't know how well you can see that in that camera there. So we'll just oh, that's what I did wrong. Jackass. All right, so take that. There we go. I'm getting better at this, maybe. All right. Oh, I'm drinking a Smirnoff Ice Screwdriver. They're not very strong, but they're not too bad. I didn't try it. My wife did. She said it was pretty damn delicious. I'm gonna have to try that here soon. But this is the new addition to my bar. It's a Plinko spinoff called Drinko. It's got little single shot glasses in it, and then it's got these little Drinko discs that I just lost one of. Hold on, let me find that. Where'd that go? That son of a bitch rolled way the hell off here. I might have to look for that later. Where the hell did that roll? I heard it tinkle all the way over here. Anywho, I'll figure it out later. But it's got these cool little discs that just I'll hold it up here. It just plinkos down through there and drops into the shot glass, and then you do that shot. It was a neat little addition. I seen it at Walmart, and I was like, ooh, a drinking game. That'll be great for the bar. And then my wife's like, well, how often are you going to use it? I was like, well, I need 6 different alcohols for that. And she said, so not this year. So it's not going to get used much. Right now it's just a decoration, but it's going to be fun. Speaking of wife and all that, family and stuff, I tell you, if you have more than one kid, I feel sorry for you. Children are tough. I have a child. She is 17 years old come this February, and she's a good kid. Don't get me wrong, excellent kid. But this generation's got a mouth on them. If I'd have talked to my parents the way my daughter has talked to like other people or grown-ups, I mean, she don't talk to me like that because I was raised right. I grew up. But she's a good kid, and she don't really backtalk me much, but sometimes she gets a little mouthy with her mom, and I gotta, tell her, hey, I'm gonna mess you up, and she stops because she knows. We don't mess with Dad because Dad's crazy. But she's a good kid, smart kid. She had a little bit of, damn, is that a 40 ounce? I don't know. What does 1 pint and 8 ounces come to? I think maybe close, or a 22 ounce maybe. I'm not sure. I am horrible at math. If I was good at math, I probably would have got a better job. But I could never get a degree in anything because no matter what you go through, they're like, oh, you got to do algebra. And I suck at algebra. And it's not that I can't figure out the answers. I struggle with trying to explain how I got the answers because I'm like Rain Man with that shit sometimes, and it's like the answer's 42. That's the answer to all life and everything, so it's got to be 42. And people don't always agree with me on that, so I don't really fully understand algebra apparently. So I never even got past that. I never even did like calculus or trig or any of that I know of. But I've calculated some crazy shit, so I might have did. I don't know. Some of you guys have asked me off the sidebar and stuff where I'm from, and I say I'm from Michigan or I'm from Indiana, born and raised and stuff like that. But people tell me I sound like I'm from all kinds of different places depending on what I'm doing. So I I come to find out that I think I might be from a little bit of everywhere. I've been all over the U.S. I've been to numerous places in the U.S. Been through just about every state at least once in my travels. And I don't know how y'all up in Maine do it in the wintertime. Maine is a different kind of winter. I've been in Canada during the winter before, and it was like balls cold, and the snow sucked, and the Mounties are walking by like, hey, how you doing? And I was never really good with the cold, but it wasn't that bad. I was like, yeah, I could sled dog in this shit. But Maine is like, I assume how the better part of any coastal state that far up north is, but Maine is the only place I have ever been walking down the street and my balls just froze right to my leg. It was so wet outside that my testiculars just stuck right there to my leg, and I did not know what to do about it. It's one of those situations where you just stop and you're like, who do I take the next step? What do we do here? It was very, very dangerous situation when that first happens to you. And then I told some guy, I was like, dude, how do you guys do this? My nuts stuck to my leg. He said, oh yeah, I used to have that problem. And I was like, you're not from around here, are you? He said, nope. He said, I'm from further up north. This ain't shit. I was like, oh, okay. But I don't really know much more about Maine other than that. Really good lobster. I know they got good lobster and awesome lighthouses. If you go to Maine, though, don't go in the wintertime because you can, like, walk into your store to get, like, your few groceries for dinner and come back out and have to unbury your car. And that's just not a normal winter for me. I've never been into, like, Vermont and New Hampshire that much during the winter. I kind of drove through, but I didn't really get around much. I haven't been to Massachusetts, but I met a lot of people from Boston, so they're kind of fun. I've been to Rhode Island, but it was like to stop, look at a couple of like little lighthouses and stuff they got out there, a couple little tourist spots, and then we headed right into Connecticut. On the way back, we came through that way. I spent a little bit of time in New York back when I was about 19 years old. Spent about 3 days in New York City, but I didn't get to go to like Broadway and really enjoy. And I don't care what anybody says. I know a lot of these New Yorkers like, oh, Broadway, bullshit, dude. There's so much more stuff to do out here. That's fine, you know. I mean, you get that random guy and stuff that you're not sure if he's from Jersey or New York because he's got that like wise guy accent going on and stuff, you know. Get out of here. I didn't understand what half the people in New York said to me. There are so many different dialects of every, and I mean every culture there. When there's so many stereotypes about, you get in the cab and it's always a Indian dude or a Middle Easterner of some kind. And the whole time I was in New York, I think I only had one Middle Easterner as a cab driver. I got this one fat old guy driving cab that smelled like cheeseburgers, but not like the good kind, like those ones that you got at McDonald's a couple days prior and forgot them in the car, and you get back in the car and your whole car smells like stale fries and assholes. Um, let's see. Oh, does Let's see, not really. I played around with guitar, learned some chords, love banging around on drums, but don't know how to play anything. Um, I I I myself I got a electric guitar back when I was like 16, and I can make it make all kinds of cool noises, but I was never good. I couldn't play anything. I almost had the chords down to Every Rose Has Its Thorns. I learned a few chords, but I don't remember them anymore. I kind of have like arthritis and a little bit of carpal tunnel in my hands, so I don't think guitar's in my future. We never know. I got a keyboard though, and I like to mess around with that a little bit, but I don't play that. But I tell you what, dude, I'm a beast on Guitar Hero. I still can't like get perfect or great on that Dragon Force song at the end credits on Guitar Hero, but I smash on some Guitar Hero, and I do pretty good in Rock Band too on the drums and the guitar. And I was told I sing pretty good, but that game says I'm off key or slightly retarded or something. I don't know, but I cannot get that thing to hit the right key when I'm sitting there singing. And I mean, some people were like, "Oh, you just got to say the right words," and I was like, "Bullshit, dude! It's saying I suck." I got booed off the stage and stuff, and they're like, "Oh no!" And I was like, "Ah, it's a game." If I get booed off stage on like stream one night, then I'll probably go cry myself to sleep on my big pillow or something. Tell my wife, "Well, they didn't like me," but I'll be all right. Math and music go hand in hand. It's kind of dope. You find patterns. See, I'm real good at finding patterns. And like I said, I'm not horrible at algebra. I can use algebra and solve the equations. I just don't know how to explain why it works. And teachers get mad at me because I tell them, I was like, this isn't like, I don't need to know how to explain the formula to other people. I said, I have no desire to teach people anything. I said, I will share my wisdom with others, but I'm I'm good at like seeing patterns. I can use algebra. I understand like the equations and everything and stuff like that. But I struggle a little bit with it because I don't really need that much math outside of what I already do. I'm pretty good at what I need with what I need. I've only ever had minimum resources growing up, but it was it was a little bit of a struggle growing up in Elkhart, Indiana. We had a horrible school system. I had a teacher that liked to throw my homework away in fourth grade and kind of ruined my pride for education that I had all the way up until that point. And I kind of gave up on school a little bit in fourth grade. I got a little bit of my spark back when I got in eighth grade, but I still wasn't really feeling school. Ninth grade, I'd gotten to the point where I realized it didn't matter if I was there or not. They would mark me either absent or not absent in all the different classes. So I just got to the point where I started skipping school in ninth grade. My mom realized that they didn't know if I was there or not. So she was like, "You're doing homeschooling." I said, "That's not going to work out." We didn't have all this nifty stuff they have today. I actually got books and papers sent to me, and I had to fill out the little dots with a number 2 pencil and send that shit back. See, I'm not even going to try to say that, Hoth. That looks like some difficult shit to say. Fibonacci sequence and lateralis. I don't know. I'm not good at like the technical terms like that too. Like I'm horrible with history. Like I know we fought a bunch of people, and you know we as Americans didn't do nothing wrong, but our predecessors were kind of assholes a little bit. Just kind of came in and took over. But that's how civilizations are built. I mean, if everybody stayed where they were, we'd all just be a bunch of tribes sitting around going, and nobody would understand us outside of our little towns. So, um, coming over to America was not a horrible thing, but our interaction with the people when we got here was a little bit flawed. Um, but I'm not a big history buff. Geography, I do like geography because I like cultures. I like all cultures. I've been to, let's see, yeah, I've been just about every continent. Um, as far as, well, no, I apologize. I've not been to South America. Um, I did have a layover in Sydney, so I count that as I've been to Australia. And then I had a I had landed in Japan and was in Korea, so I have Asia covered. Well, and I was in Afghanistan, so I have the Asia and Middle East covered pretty good. I've been to a few different countries or different places altogether in the UK. Or Europe. I'm not sure where they draw the lines. I don't know if it's just Europe or UK or anything. I'm not that good at geography, I guess, either. I haven't been to South America, and I haven't been to like the Arctic or Antarctica, but I've been to the main northern hemisphere and part of the southern hemisphere, I guess. But I like to travel. Back when I was younger, I made a little bit more money, could do more things, and then with the military, I got to get around quite a bit. So that was fun. I used to absolutely love going to different places in Korea because there's so much culture there. I don't know if any of you've ever traveled to South Korea. Absolutely an amazing place. You may have heard it in a movie or so, but there's a place called Jeju Island, and it's like a paradise just below a standoff civil war. I mean, it's just absolutely paradise on Jeju Island. But they also have monsoon season over there, and I don't know how many of you have ever dealt with a monsoon season, but in Korea during monsoon season, rain falls sideways. Like I had freaking rain quite literally. If there was a slope to it at all, I couldn't see it. I'd have to say my favorite trivia would be technology. I like technology trivia. Um, kind of digging some cryptocurrency trivia, and I like wordplay trivia. But the the different trivias and stuff. There's so many more trivias that they could add into to the game. Anybody that might watch and don't know what game we're talking about at the moment because this is a separate stream. We're talking about Coin Hunt World Bar and Chill or Coin Hunt World, and the sister stream to this is the Bar and Chill. So we got a lot of people from both ends coming this way. But the let's see. They're listing off the different sections, and there's new trivia's coming. There's always new trivia's coming, but there's so many extra trivia's they could add. I really want an animal trivia. I added it into the suggestions, but I would really like to see an animal trivia come to that because I'm pretty in depth on my animal trivia. I know some animal stuff. I could have been a vet. Oh no, it's fine. I actually don't mind discussing Coin Hunt World. I'm just not affiliating this particular stream with it. So, I mean, we could discuss whatever we want in this stream, but I don't have to, be a smirch on their name just because it's not affiliated. See, yeah. I try to keep my nose clean. I'm real big fan of the creators of the Coin Hunt World game, and I don't want to do anything to ever offend them. So I decided that for a more me related stream, something more or less what I could uh, maximize on. I really thought it would be a great idea to separate my unfiltered events from the coin hunt world. But I mean, I'm free to discuss whatever the people who are in the chat want to discuss. I mean, kind of keep it like in a certain spectrum of respectable, but at the same time, I'll discuss just about anything. Uh, Megalosaurus, I think, is what they called that stupid dinosaur that was supposed to be the largest. But I don't remember if they found one after that. I personally think it was just like a brontosaurus on steroids. Fred Flintstone was just throwing Dino some extra, you know, kibble and stuff like that. That's my theory on the largest dinosaur. But yeah, the trivia, any trivia game. I actually I played a couple other trivia games. They weren't quite as see Eternals. I'm not sure off the top of my head. I think I might have caught a little bit of it, but I don't know if I really seen much of Eternals. Yeah, I'm not great at like dinosaur trivia anymore. If you'd asked me like the largest dinosaur back when I was like 9, 10 years old, I'd have built you a damn panorama with like all the little dinosaurs lined up in the order in which they frickin' eat each other. Which is not largest to smallest like you would think. It's all over the place. But I used to love dinosaurs back in the day. If I had to say my favorite dinosaur, I would have to vote. I'm a real big fan of the Ankylosaurus. I mean, he was like a little tank some bitch with a badass club on his tail. I like to think he's like the little barbarian of the dinosaur world. So I was a real big fan of the Ankylosaurus, but you got to give credit where credit is due. Tyrannosaurus Rex was the king of the dinosaurs for a reason. I mean, them teeth were huge. I mean, absolutely like gigantic compared to anything we have like on the planet now. They were absolutely gigantic, and I don't think I would have I don't think I would have done what that one guy did in Jurassic Park and ran into the bathroom and stuff. When the T-Rex come down and snatches him up, yeah, that was a real shitty situation for him. But if you really watch that dinosaur's face, that dude shit his pants. Hey, watch it again. You'll never get that out of your head after you watch it. That look on his face right before the dinosaur eats him, and then the look on the dinosaur's face right after, that dude shit his pants. Velociraptors are cool. I love the mentality of the Velociraptor. Their communication skills. We could learn a lot from Velociraptors still today because they communicated like a sumbitch. It only took 3 Velociraptors to take down a Tyrannosaurus Rex as far as science can figure out. I mean, we got no actual proof. We're basing it off muscle structure, speeds, all this stuff that we just speculate on based off the little bit of knowledge we get from the DNAs and carbon datings and all that stuff that we get. But all fact of the matter is those dinosaurs could have been covered in fur. They could have been all kinds of different things that we just don't know about. The scaliness that we've seen might not even have been like a scaly hide. It might have been something more like a rhinoceros, or it could have been like a freaking turtle, hard as a shell. We don't know. We can only base it off what it is now and guess what it is back then. So that is that's where I stand on the dinosaurs at the moment. I I try not to talk too much about politics and stuff like that, but there was a little bit of political talk earlier and stuff that was not really political, but I kind of gotta agree with it. When you're in a country and the majority of the country is votes for the guy to get into the house, become president and everything like that. When a majority of your people vote for him and he doesn't go in and everybody changes their mind right off the bat, there's still a lot of people. He's still got a lot of support. He hasn't really done that bad. I mean, there's room for improvement, but he is the president, and we have to respect the rank. He was voted into his position. I don't think the votes are entirely as fair and accurate as they say. I think there might be a little bit of foul play sometimes in the votes, but every now and then you got to crack a few heads and stuff to get the swing vote. But it's really, I'm not a huge fan of politics. I like local politics, like state politics and city politics. I don't really care for government politics. But as far as the government goes, I mean, you don't have to like the president, but I mean, have you watched some of this Facebook stuff? I mean, the last 4 presidents have just been totally ramrodded by trolls on the internet. And these trolls troll enough to where all of a sudden it's a scandal because, like, for instance, Bill Clinton getting ahead in the White House. I'm not blaming Bill one bit. If I was the president, I'd be getting ahead in the Oval Office too. I'm a goddamn president. That's what I would do. Who wouldn't? I'm just saying. But I'm not gonna trash on any presidents. I think they're all fairly useless. Most of their ideas could be shot down in matters of minutes in Congress. They only got really a little bit of power to push a couple of things. If they do it fast enough, it goes through quick. So I'm kind of not really a hip to our overall government. I think our overall government in a whole is filled with a bunch of old idiots that have been here through most of our bad problems, and we should take the cue and fire their asses. We have people who have been sitting in the freaking House of Representatives or Congress or whatever you want to call all them places over there. They keep some of those guys in there. Ain't there still like 1 or 2 of them that were there during Watergate? I mean, come on. Just saying. I'm not saying they're involved, but they were turning a blind eye at the very least. I mean, all right, but we seen Hillary over the next few years and stuff, and I would have cheated on that bitch too. Dude, Hillary she's cold-blooded, man. I'm glad she didn't make president. I was worried, and then she dropped out, and then when she went to run again, and then she dropped out, I was like, this bitch ain't never going to make it as president. We'd have lost every war right off the bat. But I'm not trashing on Hillary. I mean, I understand where Hillary's coming from, but I myself... I don't really care for Hillary as a person. I really think that, like, if she was my wife, I would have, like, drove into a freaking light pole or something and accidentally reached over and unclipped her belt when I did it, like, week 3 of marriage. I'm not a big fan of. I don't think Bill chose wisely in that one. I think that was all about status at the time. But I've seen some younger pictures of Hillary and stuff, and I see where Bill was coming from, but she didn't age well. Um, well, I mean, yeah, behind every man stands a woman with a frying pan. Every decent man, but Bill, I mean, he got ahead in a way. He was president. That should get him at least like a couple of hall passes. I mean, shit. She wasn't doing much when he got into the White House. She had a couple of charities she was working on. She really picked up her pace and got a little fame when he was in the White House. So like, I might have to read up a little bit on Hillary, but I mean, from what I've seen, she wears the pants. Maybe if she would let him wear the pants, he would have kept his pants on. We don't know. Demasculating a man is a very surefire way of pushing him away. We men are simple species, at least most of us. Not all men are created equal. Not all people are created equal in any way, shape, or form. I've seen women that could bench press frickin' Arnold Schwarzenegger, and I've seen men that couldn't fight their way out of a paper bag. I've seen it all. So just everybody needs to quit fighting for equality, because equality is not, it's not even a matter of race and religion and gender and sexual orientation and all that. It's not even about that anymore. I've come to find that really equality is everybody wants what everybody else has. That's just greed and envy. Everybody that has what they have, I don't care what color you are, everybody could play that card that, oh, woe is me or whatever. I've had to bust my ass for everything I've ever had. I've been an actively employed person for the better part of my life, and everything that I have to my name, I have fought for tooth and nail. I have seen people of all race and religion and sexual orientation and all of them aboves, genders and all that. I really feel like altogether, equality is about going out there and doing the work that these other people did. Granted, there is a high population of rich white guys and stuff, and back when they got rich, they just stayed rich after that. It's a pretty easy thing to do if you don't spend all your money. I'd party with Bill Clinton too. I ain't gonna lie. I would kick it with him. Like, hey, pass me that joint. I'd be like, all right, buddy, here you go. And they'd be like, back when I was president, Monica's just one they caught me with. And I'd be like, all right, Bill, don't tell me nothing. I do streams. I'm just saying, that would be me. And I don't care what he says. That I did not inhale. He's full of shit. Because when you're sucking it in, you inhale at least a little bit, no matter what. So, yeah, Bill was chill, but Bill was a habitual fibber. He didn't like downright lie. It's like, I think sometimes Bill just didn't fucking know. Like, I'm not really sure exactly what's going on right now, but I tell you, we're going to react, and we're going to react the best way we can. And freaking Hillary's over here like, yeah, do it, Bill. Just do it. Go ahead and get in there and just do what you got to do. And Bill's like, I know I'm doing my job, ladies. Goddamn, go tell Monica to get over here and stand there, and you go back over there, stand the fuck over there. That's how that all happened. Thank you. I appreciate that. I liked Bill Clinton. I also liked the other one. What was his name? I am not a crook. I like that guy too. I've been working on my Jack Nicholson a little bit, but I haven't watched a lot of Jack Nicholson movies lately, so I might have forgot what he sounds like. But I always liked Jack Nicholson because he seemed like that guy that just really had something to say, but never really said nothing. like his scene in the one movie, you know, he's like, "You want the truth? You can't handle the truth." You know, he just he didn't really give an answer. I mean, yeah, Nixon. There you go. I'm not a crook. I don't do great with the president trivia and stuff. I've actually just process of elimination got those right and wrongs. I don't do great with government trivia. I'm smart from like just random things I pick up, but I'm pretty dumb as far as like current events or like really important shit. Like I know a lot of useless information. That's why I like trivia. Not all of it's useless. Some of the stuff I know is pretty impressive. I mean, I can connect pretty much anything in my house with ease, even if it doesn't want to connect. Come at me, technology. Fuck around, let's fight. I could take technology down no matter what. It does what I want eventually. Sometimes, you know, I don't know if you guys remember that guy from Armageddon. This is how you fix things in Russia. And he starts beating it with the hammer. Yeah, I mean, I do that to some of my electronics. I've had a lot of broken phone screens over the year. Well, history trivia is just kind of mixed in with random stuff. Like, there's a question on there that asks where one of the Kennedys was shot. It's like Dallas. And then I think I got one the other day that was something like who killed Abraham Lincoln. And I knew it was John Wilkes Booth because I remember Abraham Lincoln was in a booth at the theater and John Wilkes Booth shot him. That's how I linked those together. Word association. That's actually how I remember the right answers, too. But, no, I like Joker from the 1980s Batman with Michael Keaton. I really like the scene where it's like, tell all your friends about me and stuff. Then Michael Keaton was a cool character, but then Joker, I mean, that laugh. I mean, right there at the end was just fantastic, and the batteries were dead. Yeah, it was cool. I actually slept through my 9th grade year. Didn't turn in any homework. I had the same book that I had in 4th grade because I was ahead of myself in 4th grade, so they gave me a more difficult book. Well, when I got my book in 9th grade, I realized it was the same math book because my name was already in it for exactly 5 years prior. And they argued with me about, oh, no, that's a different Ryan Vitale. And I was like, no, I'm the only one. I'm pretty sure of it. But I really think the education system failed me. I think had I been given a few more opportunities to prove my intelligence and then move forward, I think I would have done really well. I had straight F's from 7th through 9th grade. F's, D's, and B's during the couple years prior to that. But 7th, 8th, and 9th grade, I didn't turn in a single piece of homework. Not one. Didn't pay attention in class. I slept in class a lot. But I could wake up in class and answer any question they asked me, and I aced every single test I took from 7th grade all the way through 9th grade. I had never missed test day. I like to challenge myself. So I'd get there and I'd do the test. They claimed I was cheating, so I said, okay, move me over here to the corner away from everybody else. Stare at me the whole time and watch me do this test. And they're like, well, you must have got a cheat sheet and memorized it all. I was like, from where? Yeah, I don't. They never had an answer for me, but I was somehow cheating. It was the only way I could possibly get all this right because I never turned in any homework. I said, but I sleep in class and you ask me a random question and I wake up. I had a math teacher one time. He was trying to explain something on the board. And he was doing a particular math problem and everything like that. And he said that you had to do like a certain amount of steps to get the answer right. And I was sitting there, I was like watching him doing it, and I was like, he kind of doubled up on one of the parts, the way he kind of moved it over, rewrote everything and stuff, and it didn't make sense to me. And I was like, you had like extra steps added in there you don't need. I was like, I can solve that in 3 steps. And he's like, no, you can't, not and show your work. I said, yeah, I can't, watch. And I went over there and answered the question. And I was asleep when all this started. I just kind of woke up and looked at how he did the question. And I go up there and I did that. And I look at his next question and I did that. And I looked at the next question he had wrote up on the board and I went ahead and did that one too. And I probably knocked them all out in like maybe 30 seconds tops. And I turned around and handed him his chalk back and went to sit back down. And he was like, hey, go to the principal's office. I turned around and I said, what the fuck did I do? He was like, I won't have anybody come up and try to make a fool out of me in my classroom. He said, go to the principal's office. He said, I'll be down there here in about 5 minutes. I got to figure something out since you want to be disruptive in class. And I was like, I'm not being disruptive. I was just trying to prove to you that you're dumb. And he got real pissed, started turning red a little bit, and I figured I'd better leave the class before he had like a heart attack or something, because he was like 60. But I went ahead and went and left the room, went down to the principal's office, and I come walking in the principal's office. He's like, hey, Ryan. I was like, hey, what's going on, man? And he knew who I was. I'd been in ISS a few times. I skipped school a lot. He was like, what are you down here for now? I said, because my math teacher's an idiot and he don't like being told that. And he was like, well, what happened? So I explained it to him. And the math teacher comes storming in there and stuff. And he's like, I want this kid expelled. And I was like, I want this guy fired. He's a douche. And the principal was like, Ryan, shut up. And he looks at the teacher. He's like, Mr. B. He's like, you need to calm down. He's like, I'm already up to speed on what went down in the classroom. And he was like, I got a chalkboard right here. He said, I want you to write 3 more questions on the chalkboard. He said, and if he gets any of those 3 questions wrong, he's like, I will suspend him for 3 days for each question he gets wrong and stuff, if he agrees to this challenge and stuff. He says, but if he gets all 3 right, he said, you're suspended for the next month without pay. And he was like, oh, you can't do that. I got a mortgage payment and everything. He says, so you're scared of a kid being right and you being wrong? That it can't be done. And he was like, well, I mean, he had to have been cheating somehow. There ain't no way. And he's not showing all his work or yada, yada, yada. And he was like, well, I was a math teacher before I became a principal. He said, so write up the 3 of the same types of questions up there. So he did. And I get up and I look at the questions for a second. And I was like, okay. He tried to trick me. Slipped a negative number in there. I caught it. I went back, handed the principal the chalk. I said, would you like to check my work, sir? He says, no, I was watching you do it. He said, what's wrong with that? He says, he's not showing all the steps. He says, what steps? So he went up, wrote down the same type of question for the teacher. He says, since you're so adamant on this, he says, I want to know how you do this particular type of problem. And he looks at it and he's like, well, that's not exactly the same kind of problem. And he says, well, what's wrong with it? He's like, that one I could do in the 3 steps that he does. He says, well, why can't you do those ones that way? He said, well, I can. He said, but you got to show the extra steps so it proves that you know what you're talking or what you're doing. He says, the right answer proves you know what you're doing. If he's showing the work at how he got the answer, he said, I don't see the problem. He says, He says, so you're going to take this kid's side over mine? He says, in this case, yes. He says, so since you refuse to do this problem, he says, you got 1 month suspension without pay. And I was like, ooh, damn. And he's like, and you keep cussing, so you got a 3-day suspension. I still ended up suspended. So that wasn't a great experience, but I feel like I got the win over the teacher on that. But let's see. I feel like the teachers who are super enthusiastic about their job are the ones I remember them and teaching the most. I agree. We had a social studies teacher in 8th grade that he was absolutely like one of the coolest people I ever met. He was like 65 years old. He was a like silver medalist gymnast or whatever, like never went like Olympics, but he was a silver medal gymnast for like one region or another. I don't know the full analytics of it, but he did gymnast and everything. Well, at 65 years old, you sit there and you think, well, he might have been one bad some bitch back in the day, flipping around doing all kinds of gymnast shit. But he's like 65 years old. So when the guy tells you, if everybody in this class gets a B or better on this next test, he's like, I will do a handstand on the corner of my desk, one-handed, and hold it for the entire duration of the final bell, which is like a good 30 to 40 second ring at the end of the day. They want us to be deaf when we leave, I guess. Well, anyway, we all smashed that test. Everybody had a B plus or better. I mean, it was a fantastic test for everybody. I think he put some easy questions in there for the dumb kids, but everybody got a B or better. And this 65-year-old guy, out of nowhere, just hand plants and goes straight up into a single-handed handstand on the corner of the desk. And not only did he do that, he sat there and spun in a complete circle before putting his feet back on the ground. I shit you not, I had never seen a whole room of teenagers that impressed ever again. I mean, we were just absolutely enthralled that the 65-year-old man just said, BAM! I'm only 38. I'd break my damn hip doing shit like that. So, I mean, that's just... I remember a lot about school, even though I didn't go, like, all the way through high school. So, I mean, I don't have those memories of, like, prom and all that stuff, you know? I didn't get to take my sweetheart to prom and you know, get the limo and try to get in her pants and all that shit. I didn't have that full high school experience. I got my GED going into the Army in 2009. They were trying to fill the roster, so they were letting everybody and their brother in as long as you were willing to get your GED. And you didn't have any, like, major felonies or whatever. And, well, all I had was some public intoxications. And I can't get those no more because, like, I'd be habitual after one more. I think, you know, third strike, you're habitual. But I've had a few public intoxications in my day. Joined the Army, those disappeared. Got out of the Army, got 1 or 2 back. But I don't like to drink and drive, okay? And that's where all of my public intoxications have come from. I promise. I don't like to drink and drive. It's very dangerous. People could get killed. And I don't like to drive in general, so probably not the best driver to have out there. But I do know that there are a lot of people that there are a lot of people that like to think that they can drive when they're drunk, and I don't see it as really something I would myself want to do. I can't barely walk when I'm drinking. I mean, I be walking around drunk and I get like the floopy legs going on. Y'all don't know nothing about them floopy legs. It's a real struggle. For some reason, I ain't got my picture up here for a second here. There we go. Now I can jump back to that particular screen. Yeah, it's being argumentative. Okay. Anyway, what was I saying? I done forgot. That happens a lot. I get sidetracked sometimes. I'll go off onto a random rant, forget what the hell I'm talking about. But let's see. I had the drink of the night. Make sure I got everything for the night that I said I was gonna do here. But let me look over here. Kids, marriage, hobbies, a couple jokes, Google random talk. All right, yeah. So yeah, we're floopy legs, not floppy legs, floopy legs. That's FLOOPY. That's a whole different kind of level of fucked up. That's when you start walking and like one leg kind of bows and then kicks back the other way like a wet noodle. And then the other leg just kind of stiffens up to push you in the direction you don't want to go. Am I going for the shark QB? No, I'm not. I can't afford a blue QB right now. And I got one of those for free. That's my favorite QB. I really feel like he should have been considered the OG QB because everybody gets him. Or at least at the very least got like a cool name like Basic Blue or something. Yeah, autocorrect is a bitch. Man, I was on the Twitch chat earlier on KSG's and little hunt he was doing earlier during happy hour, and we were talking about pizza, right? And he said something about a fork and a knife, and he said, "Get out of here with that shit." And I was like, "Who the hell?" I was like, "Pizza is a finger food." Okay, those are the exact words I used. No cussing, no nothing. I said, "Pizza's a finger food." It bleeped out the words finger and food, which I had together as one word and autocorrected two just to bleep it out. So I was like, okay, well, maybe I'll just try again and get it to send it with them together. Finger food, meaning that you have to use your hands to eat it. All right? It would not, for the life of me, take the words finger food. So I have some Googling to do because I have a feeling that finger food might have an Urban Dictionary meaning that I don't know. So I'm not going to get on Urban Dictionary because some of the stuff they say on there is rather messed up. That is a strange definition site. But it's fun. Let's see, what else can we talk about? We got a little bit of time left here. Got about 22 minutes left. Let's see. Who's ready for Thanksgiving? Anybody got any good plans for Thanksgiving? We have anybody go and hunt exactly the exact shape of a frickin' turkey or something on like a coin hunt turkey inside their little radius? Kind of map it out and just hit those volts for Turkey Day. It's an idea. Oh yes, feast. Yeah. I love me some Thanksgiving. I did get a mummy. I did. It took a while. Took some fighting, but I got it. I actually got the mummy super cheap. I got the mummy for 35 keys. It's actually been my cheapest QB bought in the auction house. It was at 30 keys, which was the starting bid on it, I think. And I was like, it's day one left. I'll just go ahead and snatch that sucker up, and that's exactly what I did. But yeah, what I was saying though, where was I? Oh yeah, Thanksgiving. I'm cooking a turkey, man. I got all the stuff to make me some freaking green bean casserole. got me a pecan pie and a pumpkin pie ready to go. Let's see. I'm gonna have me some more of that Fireball eggnog because that shit was on point. Do you have any rags? I do, but I'm kind of holding on to them at the moment because I'm still trying to get my hands on a mummy blueprint because I got enough to print exactly 2 mummies. And since I already got a mummy, I could sell both of them. But if anybody absolutely positively needs the rags, I could throw them in the auction house, but that's like 3 days. You know, it's going to sit at minimum bid. You might get 1 or 2 people who are like, hey, and go for it. But I mean, I think I got exactly enough for 2 mummies. But I could throw them in the auction house. I could be persuaded to throw them in the auction house for, you know, say like, yeah, I don't know exactly how many I have, so I'd have to do the math. I need as many keys as I can get, so I'm willing to sell off anything I got. If anybody needs I think I even still have like an Earhart or something. If anybody needs that, but there was way more of those than there needed to be. Let's see. We did get quite a few fun events in the Coin Hunt World game. I enjoyed the Elemental event a little bit more. I had a little bit better RNG on that. I did not have the best RNG on my my Halloween hunt. Got a little bit colder. I wasn't able to get out quite as much, so it's made a huge difference on my hunt for the winter. I gotta get some more winter gear. Find me something to keep my hands warm that I can still hit the buttons with, or they need to give me like a voice touch sensor. That's one thing the Coin Hunt World game could use, in my opinion, is a voice voice reaction to the different things, like say instead of you know, having to reach over and touch it or whatever, you could just you know, say volt, and if you're close enough to a volt, it'll click it, and you just say, you know, key, and it'll key it, and then you pick your category by 1, 2, or 3, and then you pick your. It might not pick up everybody's voice. It would be a use at your own risk. But I really feel like a voice use would be really useful at least in the winter seasons when it's too cold to like have your hands out of your gloves and shit. I thought about setting me up a keylogger thing that would roughly be able to just do what I want it to when I say 1, 2, 7, 6, 8. Yeah, the cauldrons was a very neat mechanic. I have to agree with that 100%. The vaults were the resources and stuff were the boxes were kind of cool, but the cauldrons was definitely the coolest mechanic. It really sucks that you had to sacrifice 9 cats to get the black cat kiwi. I wouldn't have been able to even participate in that because I didn't have all the cats. Yeah, maybe. Maybe they could put like a community project together where they can make an app that overlays on it just for that feature. Um, that way, it's not running extra through the server. You would just be actually doing all of that on your phone side over top of the Coin Hunt World uh, game. Um, that's that would be a possible fix for that. But I mean, I'm sure it'd have to be some kind of approved overlay for the game for it to not be considered a spoof of some kind. But that would be kind of a cool feature, though. Especially one that kind of learn your voice and stuff, and make the different answers just enough different. The different like points that you have to use your voice for. Make the command simplistic enough that you can answer all the questions and stuff or whatever. It's just a matter of tapping, so I don't see how a voice activated app couldn't be easily made. I don't make apps. I'm not saying it's easy. I've tried dabbling with it. It's too much for me. I should have stuck with it back when I was 13 on a Radio Shack Tandy computer learning basic programming and stuff. I should have really stuck with it. I dabbled a little bit more with it when I had a VTech that hooked up to the computer that had BASIC built into it. It was kind of neat, kind of copying and pasting some of the other games and then rewriting them to what I wanted, but I got out of that. Yeah, that's what I like about the game. Is like no matter where you're at and stuff. Like even doing this as a second sidebar, I knew that the Coin Hunt World community would be like the first to flow over because they already come to my original streams. But a lot of the conversations and stuff will probably bounce around back and forth to Coin Hunt World and until the point where we start to separate the two bars into two separate entities. But once I start doing the little modifications that I plan that for the Coin Hunt World bar and chill, they will reflect on the backdrop area. I'm not going to keep changing stuff back and forth constantly for the two streams, but anybody that comes in watches the streams if they find them enjoyable or whatever, like and subscribe or whatever. Hit us up in the text, the chat. Hell, I'm sure somebody out there would love to extra referral code and stuff if you hit them in the private chats on the Discord and stuff. So, everybody's willing to give a referral code. I'm not gonna show my referral code in the Raynstorm Bar and Chill just yet. If anybody comes in that's not an active player, I'm going to let one of my active player patrons go ahead and get the shill on that if they're interested. Share the wealth, I guess. But that's an option, or send them to the wiki and let the wiki get another referral. I'm not overly picky. I myself, I'm going to try to avoid making the Saturday night streams too much about Coin Hunt World. Like I said, we'll shoot the shit about it every now and then, but I like my Pink Floyd like I like my Dale Earnhardt and stuff. Their greatest hit was The Wall. That's a dark joke. That really is. It's such a cold joke. Dark Side of the Moon was a good one. But Pink Floyd's The Wall was probably like their it was such a good album. I have a little bit of dark humor. I mean, I'm not like one of those ones that tell like the random dead baby jokes, but I'll tell a kicking a baby joke. I I realized tonight, like you ever notice how nice it must be to be like 2 3 years old and stuff, or let's say 1 or 2 years old. Um, where you're still in diapers and everything like that. You just get the bright idea to take everything off and run through the house naked, and nobody really does anything but laugh at you. Um, I wish everybody could enjoy that kind of damn freedom. That would be cool as shit. Just like, ah, ah! It would be a blast. I don't care what anybody says. Um, I would run around my house butt ass naked and stuff and giggle like a little kid. But I got a lot of windows, and my neighbors might get fucking offended. So I try not to run around my house naked. But that's a freedom that you only know like once in your life, unless like you live on a nude beach. But most of the people that live on the nude beach are not what you want to see naked. I went to a nude beach once, and everybody that was at the nude beach, save for a couple of chicks that were there, like most of the people were like in their late 40s and 50s. Some of them were actually heavy smokers, so they had a lot of wrinkles and everything like that. I mean, so it was like gut wrenching gross to be there at the age of like 22 years old. So I don't think I could have lived on that scene, but I really think that on your own property, you should be allowed to just get butt naked and run. That's just my thought. Ooh, those are both good ones too. All right, well, I I've listened to most of Pink Floyd's albums, but I was never really a huge Pink Floyd fan. Um, I uh, I was more like in my younger years when I was really listening to like artists outside of my realm of like what my parents listened to. The first artist I really like picked up on and really enjoyed their music was Metallica. I thought they were an amazing band that had some amazing music. Uh, but Metallica was a really really big favorite of mine. Um, I liked I liked Aerosmith. I liked Alice in Chains. I really liked a little bit of everything from the '80s, but as far as like my personal preference, I was really a huge Metallica fan. I'm not so stereotypical to be like that, Enter Sandman guy. My favorite song by Metallica when I was growing up was yeah, Metallica was a fantastic band. But like Nothing Else Matters was just an amazing song, and Unforgiven and Unforgiven 2 were both really good songs. But like everything they did was just fantastic. I liked a little bit of what 311 did. I really like a couple of the things they worked on for the um for some of the movies, the little remakes they did of a few songs. Hey, what's going on, Buddy Quest? We were just talking about your stream earlier. It was I had brought up that you had mentioned the you didn't really want to get into politics and stuff like that, and how he's the president. Even if you don't like him, you still kind of respect him and stuff. And I agree with that 100%. So I made comment about that. Let's see. Oh shit, we're right about the same age here, Medbridge. No wonder we get along so well. Uh, yeah, I like 311. I liked a lot of the groups from the 90s and stuff that kind of had more of the alternative sound. Huge Green Day fan. Green Day is uh, my personal favorite in that particular genre. And because they do so many different, 311 does so many different styles in their music and stuff, they tended to get grouped with the alternative genre. But I liked some of 311 stuff, but a lot of the people that I hung out with and stuff at the time that 311 was really popular, uh, we were all listening to like Green Day and Limp Bizkit and Alice in Chains. I'm a man in a box. Oh, loved Alice in Chains. That song didn't make any freaking sense, but man, it was so good. Alice in Chains, Man in the Box. Oh, if you haven't heard it, go to YouTube and listen to that song, bitch, man. Alice in Chains was awesome. Like, all their music was just, you were sitting there and you just fucking felt it, man. Alice in Chains. I can't sit there and name off too many other songs. Man in the Box was always my favorite because it was a really easy one to sing along with. People like, Jesus Christ. It was such a great freaking song. I liked I liked Alice in Chains a lot. They had some really good music. The unplugged stuff was definitely the best. I love when great artists go and do an unplugged album and stuff because it gives them like a whole different it's quite possible. Hey, later on. Thanks for stopping by. But yeah, I liked a lot of the music growing up in the 80s and 90s. We had such great music in the 80s, and we still had a lot of great music in the 90s, but then we had some real horrible music, and one particular song, there's a couple, but there was one or two songs that just really there's like one or two songs that just really really stand out as like fucking annoying, and like a lot of people right off the top of their head are thinking, Barbie Girl, and they would be right. That's one of my two. But that freaking song by Eiffel 65, I'm blue, that shit was retarded, and you know what? Hanson can kiss my ass for bop too. Yeah, y'all remember that one too, don't you? Yeah. All three of those songs can all quit falling into my playlist and stuff when I'm Googling music because they were all chart toppers. All three of the most annoying songs in like the 90s were chart toppers. Damn it. Don't do that to me. Bop was not a great song. It had a great beat, but it was not a great song. But I don't know. I always like the oddball sounding groups though. So I mean, Eiffel 65, they did the weird voice type thing in the Blue song and a couple of their other songs that was kind of catchy and stuff. And me liking to do voices and stuff, I actually learned that song for karaoke a long time ago. But I gradually try to branch out my horizons and stuff and do the ones that people are like, that little guy right there is going to get up there and sing that song. Okay. They hear the music start and they're like, oh God, he's going to mess this up. Because people are so negative. Well, yeah. Quit making me feel old, Hoth. But yeah, I listen to some of the music today. I just don't remember any of the names of the songs anymore because none of them are like the songs when we were growing up. You know, back in the day, if a song was called frickin' Bop, you knew that somewhere in that damn song they were gonna say Bop. They got songs out today with a frickin' half a mile long, like a half a mile long frickin' title that is nowhere in the damn song. I've seen like 3 of these suckers in the last week. I've given up on today's music. To me, a lot of the pop music sounds the same. A lot of the country music sounds like pop. A lot of the rock music sounds like country and sounds like pop. Music is all kind of blended into one giant genre clusterfuck anymore. It doesn't matter what you listen to. It doesn't matter where your music is really coming from. I mean, K-pop is a totally different style of pop, but at the same time, all of that still sounds the same. It's all these genres of music sound the same to me. I was never really a huge music buff. I love music. I listen to everything from Beethoven to whoever comes out tomorrow. I don't know if a lot of y'all remember that one kid that used to sing country, Billy Gilman, I think his name was. That kid, man, I don't know if he was writing his own songs or if somebody else was writing them, but those were some dark ass fucking songs. That kid had some darkness to him. Yeah, I mean, you can't go wrong with the '90s. I mean, '90s was the real breakout point for rap. Rap music in the '90s is like the only rap I like. You know, I mean, I like the OGs of rap. You know, freaking LL Cool J, Snoop Dogg. You know, freaking Dr. Dre. You know, everybody knows who Dr. Dre is because Eminem. But I mean, Dr. Dre was doing shit way before Eminem. You know, but oh man, see Doors. I don't like a lot of the Doors music. I liked the style of the music. I just didn't really get into the Doors that much. But I gotta give credit where credit is due. People Are Strange was just damn. That was such a good song. Yeah, Jim Morrison was a very uh, unique individual. Rock wise, 60s and 70s is best. Come on, Hoth. I mean, you're putting 60s and 70s, and it was a great time for rock, but the 80s. I mean, they had the power ballads, they had the big hair bands, they had. I mean, you couldn't go wrong with the 80s. Like just about every major group from the 80s was huge. See, y'all better than me. I can't never remember these motherfuckers' names, man. I I remember names of like the first names or like the band names, but like when it comes down to like remembering all the people in the band, I was never real good at keeping track of all those. And here's why. I'm not good with names. Like I can look at names, like I know Hendrix, I know Zeppelin. I'm a huge ZZ Top fan. I just like how the dudes look. Uh, I like all the big name people, but I like garage music too. I love garage bands. Um, it's it's got a certain feel when you see a band kind of come into their own kind of music. I got to see some of Creed's early stuff before they became Creed, and while Scott Stapp, he's a different kind of fella. He likes things to be a particular way and doesn't really do it any other way. Oh man, now you're bringing up one of my favorite bands. Guns N' Roses was they're a band that different songs have had different points in my life in which they really touched me, and uh, when I had my first child, Sweet Child of Mine was really a big, really big song for me. But if I had to say, like at this point in my life, if I had to go and pick out like just one random Guns N' Roses song that I could really say is become like my title song of Guns N' Roses, I fucking love that song, Patience. I like the whistling in it. I like the whole feel to it and everything. Patience is an absolutely amazing song. Uh, Appetite for Destruction is probably definitely one of the all-time favorite albums. I don't care what albums you compare it to. I would probably take the Appetite for Destruction and put it on the record player before any other freaking album in the house. Um, and I was there when record players kind of went out and then came back in. November Rain was a really good one too. Yeah, they had so many good songs. I don't think there's actually any Guns N' Roses song I don't like. Um, and some people get mad at me when I say this. While I did enjoy some of the songs, I was not a huge fan of Queen. And it wasn't for the reasons that a lot of people didn't like Queen. Motley Crue was pretty good. They were the ones that did 18 in Life, weren't they? Or no, that was Skid Row. Motley Crue, Home Sweet Home, I believe that was one of theirs. That was Motley Crue, wasn't it? Home Sweet Home. They say I'm a dreamer, but my heart's a gold. I don't remember. Dr. Feelgood. Queen was a legendary group, and what they did for music was definitely they were ahead of their time. They had a whole different feel, but I don't know. I think part of my problem with Queen is that they had 3 songs that the radio stations liked. Even though they had better songs than a couple of those, there was 3 songs that everybody knows by Queen. And they always played them in the same damn order on the radio and stuff. it didn't matter. It would start off with uh, "We Will Rock You," and then it would go into the "We Are the Champions," and then they'd play a couple other songs, and they'd come back to Queen to play Bohemian Rhapsody. So like you'd hear the three songs every time, no matter what their 10-song lineup is. Which I don't know if it's still the standard. I think they've actually upped the number on songs because there's so much more music now. But back in the day, in the 80s and 90s, they would only have about 10 songs to loop through a normal day, and then they'd have their special like Friday show where they do like their you know, Casey Kasem's top 100. You know, they definitely did a lot. But yes, Freddie Mercury was probably one of the best frontmen ever. He had a lot of stage presence. He was one of those ones that really made the crowd feel like they were involved and stuff. I mean, he was just, oh God, he was definitely a genius at stage show. I personally don't feel the movie did him justice. It was a good movie. They touched on a lot of different things that I didn't know, but the I don't feel like they did as good with the movie as what I was expecting, being as he was such a performer and everything like that. But I myself, I just couldn't really get into Queen, and I think it's because I heard Bohemian Rhapsody way too many times in my life. It was an epic song, not discrediting the song one bit. Even by today's standards, I still feel like it should be in a top 100 somewhere. But it got played out. You know, it was like, you know, binge watching Fresh Prince and not skipping the opening credits and stuff. So like watching the entire series back to back, you hear, you know, West Philadelphia, born and raised on the playground is where I spend most of my days, chilling out, maxing, relaxing, all cool, and all shooting some b-ball outside. Oh man, I remember more than that. I thought I did. Oh. Yeah, Wayne's World was probably one of my favorite songs came from Wayne's World. As far as like when I heard it the first time that I remember, um, I'm a huge fan of Sweet's Ballroom Blitz. I really like the vocals in it because they're different. They don't sound like everybody. You know, they don't have they don't have a sound like anybody else. You know, like with Ballroom Blitz, that when they really got into the chorus, or not chorus, but like the where it sped up a little bit. I just freaking love the sound of the dude's voice, or chick, whoever it is, when they're singing it and stuff. It was just it was intense. Ballroom Blitz was probably my favorite song from the Wayne's World. I just every time that song comes on the radio and stuff, I'll be sitting there and I'll hear it a little bit in my ear, and like right when it does that transition, I'll scare the shit out of my wife. We'll be driving down the road and that song will pop on the radio, and she's not paying attention, not thinking about it, and it hits that part and stuff, and I'm like, there's a man in the back, as a matter of fact, and his eyes are as red as the sun, and a girl in the corner that no one ignores because she thinks she's a passionate one. Wow, yeah, it was like lightning. My wife gets so pissed, she actually turns off the radio on me most times that one's on, and she notices. But I liked Ballroom Blitz. It was just a cool song. Another group that I really feel didn't get a lot of traction, but they had such a long history and story to the group that was just a phenomenal roller coaster ride, was Jefferson Airplane transitioning to Starship over the years. Every version of that group, from Jefferson Airplane to Jefferson Starship to Starship, um, they had they had a great song in every one. They had with Jefferson Airplane. They had we built the or not we built the city, that was later on. They had White Rabbit, which was a huge hit, and Somebody to Love was another big one. A lot of people remember that one from Cable Guy. Need somebody to love. Yeah. That was my Larry the Cable, or not Larry the Cable Guy, Cable Guy impression of Jim Carrey there when he was doing the Jefferson Airplane's Somebody to Love. And then they became Jefferson Starship, and I believe that's when they did, what was the title of that song? I can't think of the name of the song that was popular from that group. But then when they became Starship, they did that one song that, to me, it had its own kind of feel to it. We Built This City was probably one of my favorite of the Jefferson Airplane to Starship songs. It was definitely probably We Built This City, because I really feel like a few of the big cities where rock and roll really took off and stuff, they Embryonic Journey, I've heard of them. I can't think of anything off the top of my head, but it sounds familiar. But I listen to so much music from so many generations. Believe it or not, I actually sometimes it helps me sleep at night and stuff. I like to listen to like classical music, like Beethoven, Mozart. Let's see, those are the basics. Then you got Bach, you got Tchaikovsky, you got, oh man, I loved all of them. I'll go through the stream chat and definitely Google a couple of them if I don't know them offhand. Yeah, it's Embryonic Journey is like one of those names that it just doesn't seem like it would stick with too many people. There was another group that they didn't really get a whole lot of traction, but they had some pretty decent music. Okay, yeah, then I've heard it, probably because I had their entire discography from Jefferson Airplane to Starship, so it was probably on there. But yeah, now that you're saying it, yeah, I'm pretty sure I probably heard it, because they had everything that was recorded by the three versions of the group. But another group I like, they didn't get a lot of traction, but they had some really good music. If you ever want to look them up, it's a group called Isle of Q. It's like an Irish rock band, but they're pretty intense. They got a couple of really good songs. The one actually got pretty famous here in the States, called Bag of Tricks. It was pretty decent song. I like music. It really sucks that I can't just pull up random songs that people just say because of freaking copyrights. That's the bad thing about doing streams and stuff. Is I gotta be careful with like stuff that I grab. It's gotta be like what is it? Open content or something like that. Non-copyright content. Or open copyright content, some shit like that. The same thing that you have to have for clip art back in the 90s and everything, when copyrights really picked up as an issue. Yeah, public domain. everything I get's probably not all public domain, but it's so hard to tell anymore. I mean, you go on Google, you see millions of pictures and stuff on Google, and uh, you get all these different clicks and everything going to all these different websites and stuff. You see a picture you like, you save it. And sometimes when you're doing a stream or whatever, you want to pop it up and show people, discuss the picture. And then later you got people breathing down your neck like, hey, that's mine. You can't use that and stuff. And then you got to take the video down or deal with copyright infringement shit. It's just it can be a struggle. I would advise anybody that does do streams where they pop up random stuff to really read up on that particular subject of copyrights and public domain and all that, because it's really easy to get caught up in a yes I have. Val Kilmer did a fantastic job in that movie. Speaking of Val Kilmer, I just recently seen today on Disney Plus, and I am uber super friggin' stoked about this. We've been talking about the 80s and everything else and stuff, so I mean, it's like a perfect opportunity to drop this in. How many of y'all remember the movie Willow? Because the reason I'm asking is Disney is actually releasing a Willow series that is supposed to take place years after the initial Willow movie, and it's got like a younger cast. Warwick Davis is actually revising his role as Willow Ufgood, so that is absolutely awesome. Yes, Val Kilmer has a hell of a voice. He, if I'm not mistaken, if I'm remembering correctly, he was actually in a couple of garage rock bands before he became an actor. Yes, Warwick Davis is the same one that played the Ewok. But yeah, Willow is on Disney Plus right now. But they coming next year, there will be a Willow series that's supposed to, I think, follow the books that Chris Claremont and George Lucas wrote after the Willow movie. That continued on the story. They had never been made into animations or movies or TV shows at all before. But they're gonna tell more of the storyline about after what happened after they dropped off Elora Danan at Tira's Lean and everything. But it was yeah. Well, Warwick Davis is actually probably one of the most famous. I don't know what the proper term is. Little people, dwarf. I'm not sure what the terminology is. He's just a little guy. But he's probably like one of the most famous ones. I think the only one that's really ever got as famous as him outside of porn because of Bridget the Midget. But Warwick Davis is a legend. The other one, I can't remember his name. The one that played Mini-Me. Starts with a V. I know it does. Oh, somebody help me. I know y'all know. What was that other midget's name? Alright. Does anybody remember the guy's name from played Mini-Me in the Austin Powers movies? There you go, Vernon Troyer. There it is. Or Vernon Troyer, yeah. He's probably the only other one outside of Warwick Davis and Bridget the Midget that I think have ever actually been truly highly famous. But I like bringing up Bridget the Midget because she picked that stage name. That wasn't the studio. She actually said she wanted to be the most famous midget in porn, and she became the most famous midget in porn. She patented that nifty sit and spin move, but we're not going to get too much into that subject. But yeah, Vern Troyer was a very talented little guy too. He he did quite a few different things. Had a couple of spin-off like commercials and stuff that were mini me related, and if I'm not mistaken, he actually voiced quite a few like animated characters and stuff for a little while too. But I liked. I think out of all of them though, I think Warwick Davis. I mean, he was the freaking Leprechaun in the Leprechaun movies. I mean, Warwick Davis had probably one of the best jokes ever told in a, or best rhymes ever told in a movie and stuff. I don't know how many of y'all remember the Leprechaun movies, but there was one called Leprechaun in the Hood, and he had went in. Yeah, he was in a lot of the Star Wars movies and a separate spin-off Ewok series where he voiced the same Ewok. But Warwick Davis did the Leprechaun movies, and in Leprechaun in the Hood, he had like one of the best lines in a movie, in my opinion. And I'm gonna repeat the line because it was just that fantastic and stuff. When he was in the one guy was hiding in the pawn shop, and you just kind of hear him come in with those little leprechaun shoes on, and he was like, "There was an old man in Madras. His balls were made of fine brass. In stormy weather they both cling together and sparks flush his ass." I mean, it was just such an epic line. My favorite line from the Willow movies, though, was probably I don't know. There were so many good ones, but my favorite one that when people bring up, or when I bring up Willow, or other people bring up Willow and stuff, I like that line. Use the one, Willow. I liked all of those. I forgot who he did play in Harry Potter, didn't he? He was one of the like little gnomes or something, wasn't he? Or one of the teachers, or like not teachers, but like one of the like sidebar characters. I didn't really get into the Harry Potter movies. I read the books, and I really feel the Harry Potter movies were not doing the books justice. So I only watched the first two and then the last one that they did. But I tell you what, though, Daniel Radcliffe, he's been doing some shit since he broke out of his Harry Potter role. There's this one really stupid movie called Guns Akimbo that's pretty good. And I know I just said it was a stupid movie, so it's kind of, it's a stupid movie, but it's pretty good. But the movie itself, the overall, like, storyline play of it was a bit ridiculous. Wicket, there you go. Oh, I'm sorry, I just seen what Hoth wrote over here. I couldn't remember what freaking Warwick Davis's Ewok character's name was. But yeah, Warwick Davis also did the Wicket character in the animated series for the Ewoks. He every time Wicket was in a scene, it was Warwick Davis doing the character. What was I saying though? Damn it! Oh, Harry Potter. Daniel Radcliffe did a couple of roles, and he did that Guns Akimbo movie, and then there was another one he did where he's in like this forest, or like the woods or whatever, and like he got separated from the rest of his group and everything like that, and it was just the whole movie and stuff. Like, this dude went through some shit. I didn't see Swiss Army Man. I seen the preview for it, but it wasn't in my it wasn't in any of my my lists when I browse through, like, right offhand. I don't have all the different services. I got Netflix and Disney Plus and Hulu. I miss my Prime. I liked Amazon Prime. But I only use like 2 or 3 of the services. I stopped bootlegging movies. I didn't sell them, so it wasn't really bootlegging. I was just downloading them for personal use. But I stopped doing it because they're like, oh, you're breaking the law. And I was like, oh, suck a dick. I mean, these guys, look, in my opinion, if a movie's been out for more than 5 years, you should be able to download it to your heart's content. Okay? If music's been out longer than freaking 2 years, you should be able to download it to your heart's content. And here's why I feel that you should be able to pirate or bootleg or whatever you want to call it. You should be able to download music and movies and media, TV shows, anything older than 2 years for music, 5 years for video and stuff, should be open source free and stuff. Here's why. This is my logic behind it, okay? DVD sales make up roughly about 1% over the overall take of a movie, okay? The sales are so low since streaming services have come out. So it's almost pointless for them to even print on a DVD anymore. But they still do, because they want that 1%. That 1% of sales is all they are losing in a piracy of something over 5 years old for a movie or 2 years old for music and stuff. Because after that, the CD drops down in price to so low that any take they're going to get on a DVD, once it drops down to like freaking $1 in the freaking bin at the Dollar General or the Wally Mart and stuff, they drop down so low that I just feel like it's like, if I go home and I get on fuckthatmoviesold.com, I should be able to download whatever. You know? I really feel like movies should be available for free after a while, because, you know, everybody that made the movie already got fat paid millions of freaking dollars and stuff. Even if it's a horrible movie, some of them are ridiculous. Well, I mean, there's a few of those DVD files that probably still fuck with a DVD, but I mean, I think that's a different route than what you were referring to. I'm just fucking with you. I actually still mess with Blu-rays because I like the quality of the Blu-rays. I still have quite a few DVDs. I have one DVD in particular that I haven't even opened up. I just bought it for nostalgic value. How many of y'all remember the movie Killer Clowns from Outer Space? But truthfully, yeah, see, I was just about to say something there, Crash Man. You jumped in with that question. I'm gonna jump right over to that answer. I'm gonna blow your mind. I not only have a working VCR and DVD player and Blu-ray player, I also it's at my dad's house now. I gave it to him for Christmas, but that was a couple years back. But I had a fully working Laserdisc player. I had a fully working Betamax player. I have a 8mm reel projector and an overhead projector. So yeah, I like retro things. I like to find retro things. Sometimes I have to retrofit something to make it work again. But I'm a huge fan of retro technologies because it's amazing to see just how things have developed in just the last 75 years. Um, in the last 75 years, we have went from sending telegrams at the post office to being able to video call our friends at the palm of our hands. Um, Laserdisc was DVD way ahead of its time. DVD was actually designed off the Laserdisc technology, and they shrank it down to DVD. So the Laserdiscs were DVD quality way ahead of its time. Very, very expensive medium. They were roughly the size of a vinyl record, but they looked like a CD, the silver with the plastic coating over top of it. Absolutely amazing quality on those. The Betamax. The Betamax was the predecessor to the VCR. The tapes were smaller. Very, very common in the porn industry. It's actually where it lasted the longest. But Betamax was a very amazing. Sorry, I had that movie. I think everybody that owned a Laserdisc probably had Six Pack by or starring Kenny Rogers. But yeah, I really enjoyed the Laserdisc. I had Bruce Lee's Enter the Dragon on Laserdisc and Jackie Chan's Laughing Hyena on Laserdisc and Jackie Chan's Drunken Master on Laserdisc. So I had some really good Laserdiscs. I even had a guy that was willing to put a couple of movies that were past the printing dates of the Laserdisc. That he had the system that was needed to put other mediums onto a Laserdisc because they had a converter that allowed you to plug your Betamax into your Laserdisc burner that was $5,000 in the 80s. But the Laserdisc was definitely a neat medium that led to the CDs and all of that. The technology, a lot of the technology that's inside your hard disk drive in your computer is also from the Laserdisc technology. The what was it? I believe it was the 3.25 inch floppy that was it was also used similar technology as the Laserdisc and DVDs as well, with that little floppy disk inside the hard case. It was a little differently printed on than the old 5.25 floppies, but it's been interesting watching technology though. My very first computer, my mom got it for me at a garage sale, thinking it was a cool thing to buy me a computer that was old as shit. But I had what was it? Shit, I forgot what I was saying. Hold on. Let me rethink what I was just talking about here. God damn it, I lost my train of thought. I was going somewhere with that too. But like technology, like my first computer was actually no, my first computer was one of the earliest earliest attempts at putting older than Oregon Trail. I think actually it'd been about the same time as Oregon Trail. My very first computer was a 1983 Radio Shack Tandy. That's Tandy. Just a hunk of a computer. You know how computers are today? That's not what they were in the 80s. I haven't heard that in a long time. Yeah, there was a few computers at around that time, and they were neat. They weren't like these computers we have today, where everything's all built into the tower. No, your hard drive was one block. Your disk reader was one big block. Your freaking processing unit was its own separate system. It had the graphics in it, but it wasn't but I think 4-bit graphics on those systems. The TSR 80 was definitely a one of the biggest computers of its time. It took a lot of frickin' patience to achieve anything on that computer. Now, when my mom got me that computer, mind you, it was 1995, right after the release of Windows 95. Now, I had dabbled on some like 386, 486 computers and stuff back in the day. I'd messed with Windows 3.1, couple of the renditions and stuff that they had of that came out. But Windows 95 was a game changer. It just absolutely revolutionized home computing. And then we got Windows 98, which improved on it a little bit. And then we got, I believe, Vista after that, which was a clusterfuck, in my opinion. And then we had that there, Windows ME, Windows XP, and I believe Windows Server 2000 all came out the same year. I'm not sure which. Are you referring to Nintendo 64? I don't know what N65 is. I'm guessing N64 is Nintendo 64. We talk old school system video games. I've had everything from the Commodore 64, 8 versions of Pong, all the way up to the PS4 and Xbox One. I have not upgraded to the next gen system, and I don't include handhelds. But yeah, I've played all of them. Now, Nintendo 64 was my jam, though. Here's why. Nintendo 64 had, in my opinion, one of the most comfortable controllers to hold. I forgot about Compact Edition. Yeah, that Windows had a rough area right there around 2000. It was definitely fun watching them clusterfuck their way through 2000. But then we got Windows 7. What was that? Circa 2000. Let's say 2002, 2004 area. I don't remember exactly when Windows 7 came out, but it was another huge game changer, and it took a couple of updates and service packs, as all the Windows have, to actually come into their perfection for that particular round. But oh, dude, I still play Minesweeper. As soon as I figured out what the hell the numbers were about, it made that game so much better. But Windows 95's pinball that came with the system software as bloatware. I love that game, but I got that Pinball FX 2 VR on the PlayStation 4. And I shit you not, that is like being right there in the arcade playing on a pinball machine. I mean, it had the sounds, the looks. I mean, it was absolutely awesome. Um, I will probably eventually one of these days maybe do some VR in one of my streams, but it's too cold outside right now for me to bring all my PlayStation stuff out here. So I'm gonna have to wait till like the spring to maybe do something like that. But anyway, I got to looking at the time here, and I'm about 45 minutes over my window. I guess time flies when you're having fun. Hopefully everybody had a good time tonight. It was fun hanging out and chatting with people about Coin Hunt World, but it was also kind of a breath of fresh air to talk about other subjects and kind of get to know each other a little bit more. So it was awesome having you guys in here. This is more what I'm like. I like to just shoot the shit, discuss things. I will never purposely put anybody down. End it with a dirty joke. Alright, I guess I will. Alright, so this man walks into a bar, and he walks up to, or not a bar, sorry, a wrong joke. I told that one already. Man walks into a pet store, walks up to the pet store owner, and he says, I want to buy one of those parakeets over there and stuff. And he's like, well, here we don't call them parakeets, we just call them fuckets. He said, why do you call them fuckets? He said, well, we couldn't get them to talk, so we just said fuck it. And he was like, oh, okay. He's like, well, I also want one of those peacocks over there. It's an exotic pet store, by the way. He said, I also want one of them peacocks over there and stuff. He was like, all right. He said, well, we only got males, so we just call them cocks. He's like, okay, that's fair enough. And he was like, okay, let me get one of those cocks over there. And he said, you want to go ahead and throw in a donkey too. He's like, well, he's pretty stubborn, so we're just gonna call him an ass. That's what it's at in the inventory. It just says ass and stuff. He says, so you want one fucket, one ass, and one cock and stuff. And he's like, yeah. He's like, okay, well, I have to tell you. He's like, if you don't put the cock in a cage, after about 30 minutes, he'll just start freaking out, and you just got to reach down and slap shit out of him and stuff. And he's like, oh, okay, well, he just bought 3 exotic pets, so he didn't have any money for the cage, so he just bought 3 strands of rope, tied one around each one's neck, and was walking them down the street. Well, he gets about maybe a block or two down the street and stuff, and all of a sudden this freaking peacock just freaks out all over the place, freaking out. Okay, so the guy is quick thinking, turns around to the guy next to him and says, here, hold my ass and fuck it while I grab my cock and slap it. It's a long joke, but the end just kind of just flips it all back around. But hopefully that was good. Hell of a setup. It's a long one. Reminds me of this other one. It's kind of got a long setup. There's this kid with a dead frog on a leash, and he goes walking up to the whorehouse, dragging the frog up the steps on the leash. And he gets up to the top of the steps and stuff, and he knocks on the door, and the mama-san opens up the door, and he comes walking in and everything. And she said, well, what can I do to help you? He says, I want your best whore in the house and stuff. And she's like, kid, you're like, what, maybe 10, 12 years old and stuff? He said, you ain't got the money for that. Well, he pulls out this big old wad of money and stuff. He says, is this enough? And she's like, yeah, it should get you a few minutes. Here, down the hall, going door, or room 1, it's the best girl we got in the house. And he goes in there, does his business, and he comes back out, goes up to the mama son, he says, all right, now I want your most diseased, nastiest whore you got. He said, I got $2 on it. and stuff. And she's like, well, we got one that fits your needs, but I gotta ask why. She's like, that's a weird request. I'm just curious why and stuff. He says, well, here's my thought. He says, I'm gonna sleep with her. I'm gonna catch everything she has. Well, then I'm gonna go home, and when my babysitter gets there, so that my mom can go to work and stuff, he said, I'm gonna sleep with her. She's gonna get it. Well, then when my dad gets off work, he's gonna sleep with the babysitter, and then he's gonna get it. And tonight, when my mom and dad have fun, she's gonna get it. And then when my dad leaves for work in the morning, then my mom's gonna sleep with the mailman, and that's the guy that ran over my frog. I don't know who this 12-year-old kid is, but that kid definitely has a well thought out process on this one, in my opinion. Yeah, he went all out. He was like, man, I'm about to fucking run this down the family tree and kill everybody. But yeah, it's a good one. Let's see. I don't really know that many more dirty jokes. I like jokes. I liked a lot of the jokes back in the day, you know, growing up. Like, how do you get a one-armed blonde to fall out of a tree? Wave to her. How do you drown a blonde? Put a scratch and sniff at the bottom of the pool. You know, stuff like that. But there's a few jokes that you hear, and you just you really just remember it without really trying to remember it. There's a couple that I know that are almost too raunchy for me. Like, there's this one called Cream Corn that's an absolutely disgusting, makes your stomach kind of hurt a little bit joke when you hear it. So I don't like to tell that one. But I try to avoid really getting into too many of the scripted type jokes like that, the long game jokes, long setup types. But they're those are probably my two favorite jokes outside of the mop bucket joke, which I had told in one of my other streams. But I really like to do a lot of the different the different like story type jokes and stuff. I'm not quite ready for that yet. I need to get a couple more cameras set up to where I can move to a second bar scene camera where I could step out from behind the bar so you could actually see the emphasis in the jokes and everything. I.e. more of a stand-up feel. So I kind of want to get me like a small area to where it almost looks like a stage, but I haven't got to that yet. But I do like to do a little bit of stand-up. I haven't really prepared a lot in the past 10 years. It's been actually probably closer to 15 years since I really did stand-up. And the one time we went out, my comedy wasn't for that scene, but some of my jokes, some people think that my jokes are of ill taste or in some way, shape, or form a little racist or whatever. What did the guy who walked into the bar said? I'm gonna have to go with Medbridge. It definitely sounds like an ouch one. Kind of reminds me of another one I used to tell people. I was like, "You want to hear a joke?" And they're like, "Yeah." I was like, 3 men walk into a bar, the fourth one ducks, and just get a blank stare every time. So I gotta explain it again. 3 men walk into a bar, the fourth one ducks. Yeah, but there's some of those that just they don't have a punchline or they have implied punchline. And people don't catch a lot of those jokes. You're like, right over the head type stuff. But I haven't really focused on doing stand up in a long time, and I really want to get back into doing stand up, especially for the streams. This one in particular. But I really got to start like scripting stuff a little bit more for that, and to me, too much of a script takes away from what I'm trying to do with the bar and chill. But for like stand up, you got to at least have some kind of outline of what you're gonna discuss. I mean, I could come up and do impressions of other comedians, but then nobody ever knows my comedy. But I do like to do impressions of various millions of different voices and things. Maybe not millions. I ain't fluffy, but I do like to do a lot of the voices and stuff like that. So if you have a random like character from like a movie or you know a famous cartoon that you think I might be able to attempt, I'm not opposed to try. I can't guarantee that every one of them would be great. I was told in one of my streams that I did one of the best Yogi Bear and Boo Boo impressions anybody's heard in a really long time. But I could do that one for you, I guess. Let me see. It's kind of a dirty joke too. Hey, Boo Boo, can I stick my finger in your belly button?
Yes, Yogi. Hey, Yogi, that's not my belly button.
Hey, Boo Boo, that's not my finger either. Hey, see what had happened is it's not that good. I'm a little disappointed. Haha, naughty. See, that's part of the reason why I made the second stream, because I have to be careful in the Coin Hunt World Bar and Chill streams, and I needed to separate it for my opening up. I mean, the Bar and Chill and Coin Hunt World has really helped me open up more since I got out of the military and struggled with the PTSD and everything like that. Coin Hunt World Bar and Chill was like my breakout of my norm, and I've been having so much fun doing that and so much fun hanging out with the patrons of the bar and everything like that. And I don't like to tell people no when they ask for stuff, hence the couple of dirty jokes I have told in the Coin Hunt World Bar and Chill streams. But I try to keep it relatively clean over there because it is a focused on the game, and I'm using the Coin Hunt World, CHW as my like main theme and everything on that. But what do you call a pile of kittens? It depends on what restaurant I go to. Kung Pao chicken, General Tao's chicken. If they're orange and white cats, I mean, you got your orange chicken. Oh. A meowton. All right. Yeah, see, that's a cute joke. It's like one of them dad jokes. My daughter tells me I tell a lot of dad jokes, but I don't realize it when I do. But much like the Bar and Chill stream for Coin Hunt World is as much the audience's as it is mine. I want this one to be that way too. So like, if you guys have ideas or anything that you would like to see me add to the streams, there is the Discord for this. Yeah, I agree. Dad jokes are pretty good, but there is a Discord for the Raynstorm Bar and Chill for anytime people want to go have just a normal conversation outside of Coin Hunt World, without, taking over the off-topic chat or trying to set up a group chat and get everybody into that and stuff. The bar and chill is set up for your guys' entertainment. Both the Coin Hunt World Bar and Chill and the Raynstorm Bar and Chill are available for those kinds of conversations. That's kind of what I started off as. My original idea was I was going to more or less steal the off-topic section as far as like the off-topic stuff that they talk about. And then the off-topic section would eventually just become the poster pictures and links section, I guess, at one point in time. I don't know. But for right now, this stream will be my normal Saturday night stream. I'll try to have a few things to joke about. We'll maybe slide down through the Google News feed and see what's going on in the world based off the stupid stuff I Google, because that's what Google does. It uses an algorithm based off what you search to kind of try to get news that you might be interested in, because it's all freaking depressing unless it's about crypto going up. But I'm a huge fan of what crypto is and what crypto is trying to do. But yeah, this stream here will be my normal Saturday night. I will probably maintain my Wednesday and Friday night streams for the Coin Hunt World Bar and Chill, and then Monday nights might be like hit or miss. If there's gonna be a stream on a Monday night for the Coin Hunt World Bar and Chill, then it'll probably be possibly an earlier show on Mondays. I probably won't be doing one this Monday. I got some VA appointments to go to, and it's for mental health, so I got to talk about things I don't like to talk about, and I probably won't be in the right mindset to entertain. So I probably won't be doing one this Monday, but there will definitely be a Coin Hunt World Bar and Chill stream coming next Wednesday and Friday. Another one of these, Raynstorm Uncensored, coming on next Saturday. I'm planning on doing at least I'll probably still end up doing an hour and a half, because once I get talking to everybody and having fun, then I don't really I don't really stop to consider that what time it is when I'm doing my streams. I get to talking, we get to having a conversation. Next thing I know, I'm at like almost an hour past where I planned on going, as I have tonight. That just means we had a good time, and that's what this is about. That's why I post it with a start time, not an end time. These streams will last different lengths. If I'm doing a stream one night and it gets to about the 1 hour mark and I ain't seen but maybe one or two people, I might close it down early. But if I got 10, 15 people in here, we could go 2, 3, 4 hours. But as long as everybody's still enjoying them and I can afford to keep them going, that's what I will do. The bar and chill, for the Coin Hunt World Bar and Chill, I've made a website, and I also made a link list of all the Coin Hunt World streamers that are active right now, because there's a couple of them I don't know that were in the list on the wiki that I haven't. I noticed that like one hadn't posted in like 2 months, and I think one of the other ones is like they had a couple of videos that were Coin Hunt World related, but they're more crypto related and not Coin Hunt related. in their streams. So I didn't really add those ones at the moment, but we got Crash Man's on there for the Trash Tube streams. I got Buddy Quest's on there. I got Block Boy, Beats by Dre. I got IT Guys podcasts. I got Roots Naturally's podcast. I got JR and Roots tutorial videos on. There's links to all kinds of Coin Hunt World content and more of an easy to get to streamline little little area here. Hold on, let me see if I can pull it up for you. I don't know if everybody got a chance to check this out, but it was a fun little side project, and I got something for free when I did my I would actually stream. I would actually stream every night if I could, but my wife would probably get pissed at me if I actually started streaming that much. Mostly because I'd want to do a drink of the night every night, and she doesn't want me to get back into drinking like when I was an asshole. But I think if I maintain the 2 a week bar and chill, and then the 1 a week Raynstorm bar and chill throughout the rest of this year, my New Year's Eve event, because I'm gonna start at 6 o'clock. Like 6 o'clock Eastern Standard Time on New Year's Eve, and go all the way to 6 in the morning New Year's Day. So that's going to be my first 12-hour long stream. It's going to be a party. I will probably have some people in the actual bar that night, as well as be on the stream. I could get distracted now and then, but I'm going to try to set up a ping alert that you'll be able to use in the chat to like ping me so I can hear it go off. And I'll probably have a headphone in that night, so there probably won't be call-ins because of it. But if we have it quiet and I don't have that many people here, we will definitely do call-ins, and we will have a drunken call-in contest. Who can be the drunkest caller on New Year's Eve? But as far as New Year's goes, that's my plan for New Year's. I'm not gonna drink super heavy. As you can see, this has not gone down very far. It's not like that drink last night, that eggnog that Fireball eggnog. They got it at Walmart, or whatever your equivalent to Walmart is. They probably have that too. But that eggnog Fireball, or the Fireball eggnog with 2 shots of Fireball whiskey in it, it is definitely probably one of the best eggnog drinks I've ever had in my life. I mean, it just went so smooth. It was good. This is not as good. But anyway, as I said, I've definitely went well over my stream. I mean, I try to keep it within a hour to hour and a half. Usually I go over about 10 minutes or so. I'm about an hour and 10 minutes past, but this was a grand opening event, so hopefully everybody had a good time. We'll as I've done with the Coin Hunt World Bar and Chill, and as I will do with the Raynstorm Bar and Chill, as I find new content I can add in, like the call-in features and everything like that that's been added into the Bar and Chill stream, I will continually update the Bar and Chill and the streams, and try to try to incorporate suggestions from the team. But I'm going to definitely do a big stream. And if anybody else, if uh, any of the other streamers are streaming that night and they um, would like the extra exposure during my 12-hour stream event, um, I am I'm actually willing to play everybody else's streams during my stream by just doing a browser overlay and stuff to where I could sit there and everybody could see my reaction to the different things y'all do even. But that's a possibility if anybody's interested in that. Any of the streamers, just hit me up sidebar on DM, and we'll make the Coin Hunt World Bar and Chill New Year's Eve event probably one of the biggest streaming events done yet on Coin Hunt World, and that's saying a lot considering Black Boys went and grabbed all these $1,000 vaults. It's the grand opening, and I promised myself I wasn't going to do it, but I will say that the drinks of the night, everybody seems to really enjoy those. Some people more than me even, but they do get expensive. So if you enjoy the feature of the drink of the night and everything like that, and you enjoy the content, at least on the Twitch channel, there is a link, and on my list of sites that I just showed in here, there is a tip jar in there that's a PayPal tip jar. If you enjoy the streams and you want to see them keep coming and everything like that, and kind of help me make the bar and chill into the most badass virtual bar on the internet, don't be afraid to tip your bartender. I'm not going to take your tips and run out and buy me a Ferrari. They are all going to go right back into the bar and chill. So, but the bar and chill is here for you guys, and I will keep it going as long as I can. Tips will help with that. I do have merchandise sales for the Raynstorm bar and chill that are kind of bland. I kind of want to redesign them a little bit, but there is some bar and chill merchandise for the Raynstorm bar and chill because I don't have to have copyright stuff for that. I don't have to be under contract, but once Cuckoo Puff gets back with me on the details for the contract required to do the Coin Hunt World Bar and Chill merchandise, that stuff I think looks really good. The designs that I showed and a couple of the other ones I come up with, but once Cuckoo Puff, if y'all want to hound him, telling him you want Coin Hunt World Bar and Chill gear, maybe you guys can get him to get on his lawyers a little bit harder and work with me on that. But I really want to make that merchandise section explode with all kinds of great gear, beanies, hoodies, jackets, mouse pads. I want the Coin Hunt World Bar and Chill to be in every home in America. So I will definitely be working on that section more as time goes by. But I'm not sure because I haven't ordered any of it yet. I was kind of waiting until I could get a better resolution picture of the bar and redo them so that I have the highest quality picture on it. But I was working with what I had, so I'm not sure how good that picture is on the back of the Raynstorm Bar and Chill shirts. But it looks like it does in the stream, I think. So I'm not sure, but the the bar and chill itself, it'll grow as my merchandise and stuff grows. I plan on doing giveaways both for the Raynstorm Bar and Chill and the Coin Hunt World Bar and Chill as the merchandise gets approved for that as well. There's going to be little events. I'm going to do for the New Year's Eve event. I had a plan. I got to check on the legalities because I'm not sure how they will rate it. But I was thinking about doing a raffle. And more or less, everybody that wants to buy a raffle ticket for the item of the night, maybe do a couple different items, but I was thinking about doing a raffle for like 2 or 3 items that night, and like everybody like donates $1 or whatever, and I put their name in the pot, and then at the end of the night, then I will pull out the winner of the items or whatever. But I want to do it like one entry per person, and I would have to somehow offset the cost of it. So I think doing a $1 raffle ticket or like a $5 raffle ticket would make for a good prize, and then I'll cover shipping and everything like that. But I really think that the New Year's stream is going to be a pretty exciting stream. I'm looking forward to it. My Thanksgiving stream, I don't have a whole lot planned for it. Probably show you some of the food that I ate for Thanksgiving. Then I'll probably, talk about the event a little bit and stuff like that. But I don't really have a whole lot planned for Thanksgiving. Christmas, I'm thinking about doing a Coin Hunt World Bar and Chill on tour through the snow type side stream with me out on my hunt. But I'm going to make it look like I'm climbing Mount Everest or whatever as far as like the difficulty of being out in the snow and shit like that. So hopefully we get a good snow for the Christmas stream. I'm not sure exactly what night that'll take place on yet. But we definitely got a lot of stuff coming, a lot of new things. Can't let KKP and Illusion Weaver being the only one that has stuff to leak, and I can't tell you everything we're gonna do, or else the streams wouldn't get popular. So stay tuned to the Bar and Chill. Like, follow, subscribe, check out the Twitter. Check out my the Bar and Chill webpage. That's mostly focused towards Coin Hunt World. My streams list is entirely focused towards Coin Hunt World. For the most part, I don't even think I have my links for the Discord and everything for the Raynstorm streams in that list yet, because I made that specifically for Coin Hunt World, so I kind of keeping that list that way. But I will say though, the list site that I made, it was a lot of work and it still didn't do it right. I tried putting the links in order by like website, and it didn't look right to me. So then I tried switching it around and doing my list in alphabetical order, because it doesn't have an option to do that automatically, and you just kind of like move them back and forth over top of each other, and it's not putting them in alphabetical order like I put them in alphabetical order. It just flip-flopped them all around and shit. But it is a neat little site called Willow. I get a free 1 year subscription to it. For it's a 1 year subscription, and it comes so long as I keep my Streamlabs OBS Prime subscription, which I plan on doing the full year of that as well. But as long as I keep my Prime subscription, the links list will stay up. So if anybody enjoys that one-stop shop for links and everything, or has any other Coin Hunt World links that you think need to be added to it, DM me, let me know. Contribute. I already planned on, because most of my content comes from the wiki team and the Discord, main Discord team, and all of that. So a percentage of whatever tips I get will be donated toward the wiki and Anakura's map, and any other projects that I feel that I use enough, and it's valuable enough to make sure, you know, I'm helping out. So any tips that go to the bar, a percentage of that will go out to some of the other content creators as well. And as everybody's growing their as everybody's growing their stream content and everything like that, I really think that this link list is the start of what could be the Coin Hunt World Network that we've already been discussing. But the everything that I've been doing, everything that all the wiki team, Anakura and the people that help her on her map, and all the mods and everybody that works on the Discords and stuff, and all of us streamers, we all do all this for you guys, to help you and to better your coin hunting experience and stuff. And then I added in this extra room so that this extra stream, just so, you know, we could branch out and show the rest of the world what kind of awesome community we are outside of the game. So I'm expanding the community that I have come to love so much. I can't think of, I mean, I could say bad things about people, but I can't honestly say there's a person in the Discord or any of the rooms and stuff that I don't like. Like, I like everybody. I don't always agree with what everybody's saying. Sometimes I think people are throwing little temper tantrums, but I absolutely and wholeheartedly absolutely love the community around Coin Hunt World, and this stream is me attempting to take my personality and what I started with the Coin Hunt World Bar and Chill, and take it out to the rest of the world. So the rest of the world could enjoy what you guys get to enjoy. So it's kind of like a dual purpose thing. But the Bar and Chill and the Coin Hunt World Bar and Chill are both intertwined and a single entity on a dual stream. I have my non-affiliated night where I can do and say whatever I want, and not anybody can really complain or say anything because I'm not using no logos. I can put a disclaimer up saying that, you know, anything said or done in this video are the views of just me, as I did at the beginning of this video. I am unassociated when I do the Raynstorm Bar and Chill. So long as this doesn't affect what people feel about the Coin Hunt World Bar and Chill, this one will continue to stream as well. But if people start thinking that, maybe I'm a little bit too raw for their taste and everything, and it starts costing me views and followers on my Coin Hunt World Bar and Chill, then the Raynstorm Bar and Chills will stop, and I'll go back to just doing the Coin Hunt World Bar and Chills. So it's all about what the community says. So that's that. And if I don't start closing some of these windows, I'm just gonna keep talking all night. So we ain't ready for that 12-hour stream just yet. But I do hope we get a hell of a crowd on New Year's Eve. I don't expect everybody to show up at once. If you can make it for 5 minutes, or you can make it for 5 hours, or you manage to rock out the whole 12-hour party with me. The New Year's Eve Bar and Chill stream, or Coin Hunt World Bar and Chill stream, is it's going to be so legendary. I hope, and I hope this from the bottom of my heart, that it's going to be so legendary that my little custom QB becomes the New Year's QB for the following year. That's what I hope. Or, I get that QB made for me just specially because. That would be awesome. But that's just me being hopeful. Anyway, I'm going to end the stream. I'm going to keep advertising. I'm going to advertise the shit out of it. And anybody who finds an ample opportunity to name drop the Bar and Chill or the New Year's Eve event, feel free to invite people over to the Bar and Chill server. Tell them check out my streams, and never be afraid to get me more exposure. I get people asking me all the time, like when they were doing the highlights video, they asked me if I minded if they used some of my scene or some of my clips from my show for their highlights reel. And I was absolutely honored that, people were entertained enough by it that they wanted to add me into the highlights reel. And I am actually in the highlights reel more than I thought I was going to be. I mean, I personally feel like I'm not even at 10% of the comedian I used to be before the Army. I'm actually way drier. I get tongue-tied more and stuff like that, but I'm not at a tenth of my potential, in my opinion. This wasn't even as uncensored and raw as I was expecting it to be, but I keep getting sidetracked and stuff, so I'm gonna have to work on that and do a little better about keeping me an outline to keep myself in track. But it's a live stream with audience participation, so we can't script it too well, can we? But anyway, thanks for coming. Thanks for hanging out with me. I appreciate you guys stopping by the secondary stream and see what I'm attempting over here. I look forward to seeing you guys in future Raynstorm Bar and Chill streams and the Coin Hunt World Bar and Chill streams. I'm going to add a suggestion section into the Coin Hunt World Bar and Chill stream section or Discord. So if anybody has like ideas for like content in the scene, like if you want me to Gallagher a watermelon or something, just drop stuff like that into the Discord for the Coin Hunt World Bar and Chill, or shoot me a DM. I'm always down for new ideas. My purpose is for entertainment, while most of the other streamers are more entertainment with education purposes. I drop my tips and ideas now and then, but I am not the brightest bulb in the package. I'm the goofiest one in the package. So have a great night. Thanks for hanging out with me, Raynstorm, Bar and Chill, and Coin Hunt World Bar and Chill bartender. Look forward to buddy questing with some of you that I have in my list. If I don't have you in my list on Coin Hunt World, just add friend and type in Raynstorm. I'm the one and only on there. So if you want to do a buddy quest in the future with the bartender, then that's the way to do it. Good night. Be safe. In the words of Block Boy, stack them sats. And as I always say, if you're gonna go out and be out doing stuff after the stream, be safe out there. Don't do anything I wouldn't do, and I'm gonna get a better drink of the night next time.